What's good, Raiders Nation? It's your boy, hyped up and ready to dive into some football fire. Today, we're talking about a former Vikings cornerback, Dantzler, who just lit up the UFL with a pick-six that's got everyone buzzing. Yeah, I know we bleed silver and black, but you gotta respect a guy making waves like this, especially when he's sticking it to his old squad. Are you ready for a story of redemption, grit, and a touchdown that's got Vikings fans crying and football fans cheering? Let's roll. Picture this, Friday night, May 16th, 2025, under the bright lights of the UFL. Dantzler, a 26-year-old former third-round pick for the Vikings, snags a pass meant for his former team, the San Antonio Brahmas, and takes it to the house. The crowd goes wild, and social media explodes. X-posts are calling it the Dantzler revenge game. This ain't just any interception. It's his first pick-six in the UFL, and it's against the team that cut him loose just a year ago. Raiders fans, don't we love a good underdog story? So what's the deal with Dantzler? Why is this moment so huge? Stick with me as we break down his journey from Minnesota to Memphis, unpack the drama of that game-changing play, and figure out if this dude's got what it takes to climb back to the NFL. Drop a comment below. Do you think Dantzler's still got that Viking spark? Or is he a UFL star now? Let's get into it. Nation. Back in 2020, Dantzler was the talk of Minnesota. A third-round pick out of Mississippi State, this dude was a ball hawk with length, smarts, and tenacity. Vikings coach Mike Zimmer called him a pleasant surprise after he snagged 2 picks in back-to-back practices. Raiders fans, you know we respect a DB who can shut down receivers. Think back to our own Charles Woodson. Dantzler started 9 games his rookie year, racking up 3 career NFL interceptions, but injuries and inconsistency started creeping in. By 2023, the Vikings cut him loose, saving $2.7 million in cap space. It was a gut punch for Dantzler, who bounced around the NFL like a pinball: Commanders, Bills, Texans, Saints, you name it. He only saw action in 2 games with New Orleans, and it looked like his NFL dreams were fading. Raiders Nation, have you ever seen a player you thought was done, only to see them fight back? That's Dantzler's story, and it's about to get wilder. After the NFL roller coaster, Dantzler landed in the UFL with the San Antonio Brahmas in April 2024, but they dropped him faster than a hot potato. Less than a week, that's when the Memphis Showboats scooped him up, giving him a shot to rebuild. Fast forward to 2025, and he's not just playing, he's thriving. With 10 tackles this season and that epic pick-six, Dantzler's proving he's still got it. What do you think, Nation? Is this the comeback we love to see? Let's set the scene for that Friday night showdown. Memphis Showboats versus San Antonio Brahmas, Week 8 of the 2025 UFL season. The Showboats are struggling at 1-6, but they're scrappy, led by QB dresser Wynn, who's been slinging it with just 1 pick in recent weeks. The Brahmas, meanwhile, are leaning on RB Anthony McFarland, who's got 242 rushing yards but no TDs. It's a gritty, low-scoring game, and the tension's thicker than a Raider Nation tailgate. Early in the first quarter, the Brahmas try to stretch the field. Their QB targets former Showboats receiver D. Anderson. Yep, the same dude Memphis traded to San Antonio for DB Darius Phillips. But Dantzler's locked in. He reads the route, jumps the pass, and boom, interception. He's off to the races, dodging tackles, and crossing the goal line for a pick-six that flips the script. X is losing it, with fans calling it a script writer's dream. Raiders fans, when's the last time you saw a play that electric? That touchdown wasn't just a highlight. It was personal. Dantzler, cut by the Brahmas in 2024, got to stare down his old team as he danced in the end zone. The Showboats sideline erupts, and the crowd at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium is on fire. This play didn't just give Memphis an early lead. It set the tone for a wacky, overtime thriller that the Showboats won, boosting their record to 2-6. What's a revenge play you've seen that hit this hard, Nation? Now, let's talk numbers, because Raiders fans love the stats that tell the story. Dantzler's 2025 UFL season is solid: 10 tackles and that game-changing pick-six in 8 games. Compare that to his NFL days: 17 starts, 3 picks, and 149 tackles over 3 seasons with the Vikings. He's not lighting up the stat sheet like prime Lester Hayes, but he's showing he can still make big plays when it counts. The Showboats' defense, though, has struggled, allowing 21.6 points per game, second worst in the UFL. Dantzler's part of a stacked secondary with guys like Darius Phillips, Mark Gilbert, and Eric Gare, but they've only got 1 team interception this season before his pick six. That makes his play even bigger. Raiders Nation, do you think a guy like Dantzler could help our secondary? Or is he better off dominating the UFL? Why is this moment resonating with football fans? It's not just about the play. It's the redemption arc. Dantzler was a Vikings darling, then a cast-off, bouncing from team to team. Now, at 26, he's carving out a new path in the UFL, a league where guys like P.J. Walker and Cavani Turpin have sprung back to the NFL. Raiders fans, we know what it's like to root for players who fight through adversity. Think Derek Carr's comeback seasons. The UFL's a proving ground, and Dantzler's pick six is a statement. Posts on X are buzzing, with fans calling him a Vikings legend. Sorry, Nation, we'll let that slide. But it's not just Vikings fans. Football purists love seeing a guy refuse to quit. His journey mirrors the grit we admire in our Raiders, like Max Crosby's relentless hustle. What's a Raiders player you've seen bounce back like this? Let's zoom out to the Showboat season because Dantzler's play is part of a bigger picture. Memphis is 2-6, fighting for respect in a tough USFL conference. They've got talent. WR Jonathan Adams leads the UFL with 313 receiving yards, and RB Deneric Prince is emerging as a stud. But their defense needs work, and Dantzler's one of the bright spots in a unit desperate for playmakers. The team's also going all in on family-friendly vibes, offering free tickets for kids under 12 to boost their 4,563 average attendance. That's the kind of community love we see at Raiders games, right? Dantzler's pick six gave those fans something to cheer for, and it's moments like these that can turn a season around. Raiders Nation, what's a game changer you've seen spark our team? What's next for Dantzler? At 26, he's young enough to make another NFL run. The UFL's been a springboard for guys like Josh Love, who signed with the Seahawks after a hot 2024 season. Dantzler's pick six is the kind of highlight that gets scouts' attention, especially for teams like our Raiders who could use depth at corner. Imagine him in silver and black, locking down receivers. But he's got to keep stacking performances. The Showboats have 2 games left in the regular season, including a tough matchup against the 5-3 Michigan Panthers. If Dantzler keeps balling out, he could be back on an NFL roster by training camp. Raiders fans, would you take a flyer on a guy like Dantzler, or is he too much of a project? Let's talk big picture. The UFL's role in football. Is a league giving guys like Dantzler a second chance, and it's growing with games on Fox and ESPN drawing solid ratings. Raiders fans, we know the NFL's king, but spring leagues like the UFL keep the football fire burning year-round. Dantzler's story shows why it matters. Guys can rebuild, shine, and maybe even come for our AFC West rivals. Dantzler's pick six isn't just a play. It's a reminder that talent doesn't vanish. It just needs the right stage. His journey from Viking starter to UFL star is the kind of story we love, whether it's in Oakland, LA, or Vegas. What's another UFL player you're watching, Nation? Drop their names in the comments. All right, Raiders Nation, we're wrapping this up, but the fire's still burning. Cameron Dantzler's pick six is a wake-up call. He's not done, and neither are we. From Minnesota to Memphis, this dude's fighting for his football life, and we respect that hustle. So what do you think? Is Dantzler NFL bound? Or is he a UFL lifer? Hit the comments and let's argue it out. Big shout out to Vikings news and UFL updates for keeping us locked in. If you're loving this football talk, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss a single video. Share this with your crew. Let's get the whole nation hyped. Raiders forever, baby. Let's ride.